Welcome to the REVAMPED podcast, episode
Other fours, bro.
8.
8.
We have our friend Ben here, the yee looking, cowboy looking, wannabe cowboy. Wannabe, bro. Come on, man. What's good? How you doing?
Doing good.
There's your spin. Yeah, there you go.
I'm doing good.
Yeah,
Doing good.
Doing good? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you like those boots?
I wear boots everywhere.
They're pretty worn.
Yeah, these ones, and I got another pair. The other ones are like my poop kickers.
Your poop kickers?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're like working.
You kick poop with them?
Every once in a while. Every once in a while.
Okay.
These are
Nice.
like more dressy, line
yeah,
dancing
yeah.
ones.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, for real.
Cool. So we've known Ben for how long? I don't even know. It's been a minute.
Ooh, since... I feel like I've known Omi longer
You've
than I've
known
known
Omi
you.
a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I met you when we started doing the group thing,
Right.
and that was way back when.
Yeah, but we knew each other even before co-op.
Right.
From a friend.
Back from like Evan.
Yeah, from a friend.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been, since we're like 8, 7 years old.
Yeah.
And we didn't even really know each other, too. Like, we didn't introduce each
Right,
other.
we
Like,
didn't know each other until co-op, and then we were like,
Yeah.
wait, I remember you
Co-op
from
is
like
when-
birthday parties
Yeah.
and like the skating rink.
we have pictures and stuff. We didn't even know we were
bro.
both there at
Yeah,
the
one
same
time I
party.
brought a picture into co-op, and I was like, is that you? And he's like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's me over there in the full camo.
That's how it was.
That was crazy.
Yeah, so it's been a while now. I mean, we've gone through a lot, too. Friend
Yeah.
groups, friends. I mean,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, to be honest, I think most of our like co-op relationships start out like that, where we don't know each other
Right.
until we hit that certain age. So
Right.
like, I mean, for us it was a little younger.
Yeah.
I mean, us was a little older too. I mean, it wasn't that young as well. Like, most of it always started when the brain started maturing a little bit more for us kids, and then that's when our friendships became even better. Cause like, you know, as kids we didn't really care to make friends. I don't think it was just we hang
At
out
least
with the
you
person.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was
what
gonna
you're
say,
saying.
I don't know what
like-
you're talking
I'm like
about.
confused.
Like
I'm
make friends in a sense, like, oh, that's my buddy, and then I'm gonna hang out. No, it's like, okay, I'm gonna hang out with that kid, and then if there's another kid and I like him, I'm gonna hang out with that kid. Like for me, at like 6 to like 8, 9 years old, that's how it always was. Like it wasn't like a set friend. Always in co-ops, you would have kids running around and stuff, and it's
See, I
like
had like set friends.
I can't
I had
relate.
set friends in co-op. I
Did
had
you?
like,
at
yeah.
that age though.
Yeah.
What?
Like I had kids that I liked
The
to hang out
only-
with, and then kids I did not like to hang out with.
The only reason why I met him was because of Anthony. Because I was
Right.
Anthony.
Oh, with your
Anthony
set
and I
friend,
were
yeah.
buddy.
Right.
That was my set friend. So you're just weird.
Bro, I remember
No.
Anthony. That's crazy.
You remember Anthony?
Yes.
Bro, his afro's crazy.
I know.
And he got a nice car.
I
Oh
know,
my
yeah.
goodness.
Cool, now.
Yo, I forget what it is.
Anthony.
Oh,
He's
yo,
like,
it's
"You
good,
watching?"
Anthony. Come on,
Been a
man.
while, bro.
Come back to PA. That's
That is
funny.
crazy.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
About myself. Well, I come from a big family.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know that.
Mhm.
Big family, like 9 kids.
Damn.
9
He
kids.
beat us to it.
Yeah, I beat you. I beat you and your crazy family.
Yeah.
I was homeschooled all 12 years of, 13 years because I had to do second grade twice, but nobody knows that.
Oh, nobody knows.
Nobody knows that.
Nobody knows.
A lot of people have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did like 13 years of homeschooling. Graduated, obviously. I didn't go for my GED. That's the
No.
point. If you can graduate, why? What
Didn't
else?
graduate. Why?
I'm working.
Yeah.
I teach swim lessons to little kids. Makes bank. Bro, I'm telling you,
How is that though?
it's great.
Really?
Like I make
Teaching little
bank,
kids?
bro.
You make bank just.
Okay, but like,
Yes.
do they pay attention to you? Is what I want to know.
Even if they don't, bro,
you still
it's
get
like,
paid. It
I
doesn't
still get
matter.
paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, regardless.
Like
Oh.
$24 an hour to teach kids how to.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Wait.
yo.
Have you had to deal with like mad parents?
Oh, all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, dude.
For real?
Yeah, especially in like group lessons where it's like 6 kids and me.
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy. Your
Why-
parents like
why
you're
would
not
they get
spending
mad?
enough. You're not spending enough
Ah.
time with my kid. I'm like, well, I have 6 other kids to look after. Like,
Yeah.
I can't be holding this kid, making sure this kid's not drowning, and then making sure your kid's swimming. Like,
Of course. No, that
Yeah.
makes sense. That's
You have
crazy.
them on
Kids are
floaties
crazy.
and stuff?
Wow.
Huh?
You have them on floaties or
No,
just
no
full out
floaties.
just throwing?
No floaties.
No float.
No, we have this like We have this thing that we call like the island. It's like
Yeah.
this PVC contraption that sits in the water, like sits them a little higher up so they can stand on that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're supposed to stand on it, do they? No.
No.
They swim around and
Of course
drown.
Swim around and drown.
Yes.
Have you ever had to save a kid like violently drowning?
Violently drowning? No, because I catch it fast.
Okay. Wow.
Man's
Catch
on
it.
top
I'm
of it.
quick.
Okay. All right.
I've been
Okay.
lifeguarding for the past like 5 years.
There you
I'm
go.
quick at this point.
Yeah.
I'm like, grab them.
No way.
Exactly.
No way, Jose. Not on my watch.
And then I tell them, like, you go under again, I'm going to hold you under.
Oh.
I want to ask you that question.
What's that?
Because, yeah, like your future plan was Air Force, correct?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. You never looked into like Navy and that, like the water aspect,
Well,
since you were
when
like
I was going to go into the Air
trained
Force,
almost
I was
in
going
it?
to go into pararescue, and they
Okay.
do a lot of stuff
With water?
like with water saves and
Okay.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I wanted to ask you that. I was like, he was going into the Air Force, which I knew you liked,
Yeah.
but I was like, but he's been doing this almost like his whole life. Like he
Right.
knows what to do in the water, basically. And I was always wondering that.
Yeah, I
was
looked
like,
I looked into the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
I looked into the Navy for sure. But I was like, Air Force, like, they get the best life.
Yeah.
They get the best life.
My grandfather was in the Air Force, bro.
Right.
He was an engineer. So it was just a cruise ride,
Right.
bro.
Easy pay.
Easy
eat
pay.
Good food.
Yeah,
always
bro.
Sleep.
Nah,
You know,
they
you
live
know.
in bougie over there.
So like when they go over like overseas and stuff, the Air Force will go ahead and make sure that the living conditions are up to par for the Air Force men.
wow.
Wow.
That's how crazy they are.
That's
If they don't
crazy.
have like air conditioning in every single room, they don't go.
No shot.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So they're like bougie.
Yeah, but
For
they,
real.
they have a risky. I mean, most pilots is risk. The risk factor in any part of the army is pretty high. But like, if you're a pilot, I feel like that's.
I mean,
even-
with our technology nowadays, I'm like,
You think-
they're pretty safe up there.
yeah. But why do they need to be treated so well then?
It's the Air Force.
Just the Air Force,
It's the Air
that's
Force.
it?
That's why they get made fun of all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was
tell
thinking
people,
because
I
like,
was going
oh,
into the
these
Air
are
Force,
like.
they're like, whoa, you picked that branch? It's like, yeah, why? I'm smart.
So I'm not being dumb about this.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I get that. But I was always thinking like, oh, because they're trained in that, and that's to be a pilot is not easy, bro.
Right.
I don't know.
Nah, it's just funny. You just made me think. It's like my one friend. He went into the Navy.
Right.
Right. And
Right.
and then his brother went into the Marines for
Okay.
infantry, and his brother was like, "Why on earth would you do that?" It's just
Bro just wanted to get bodies. Like,
no, but it's either you get bodied or bro. Like, oh my goodness, the infantry is just crazy.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it's-
going into that, since you didn't, the army wasn't in plans now. I want to ask you. This is part of the question thing.
oh, this is part of the question.
Yeah.
Questions.
What do you think your college experience will be, since you're gonna be going to college instead of the army?
I might be going to college.
Might
see.
be going to
We can
college.
see what kind of financial aid packet I get.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
If they don't give me something good, then I'm probably gonna work for a year and then
Yeah.
go to the police academy.
At least you can.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Cool.
Yeah.
So my girlfriend's dad's a cop.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's like mad chill.
Thank
And I just learned this week. She told me this. She goes, every once in a while, my dad like looks you up in the system.
What?
Like make sure you don't got nothing on you. And I'm like, oh,
Well, there you go.
there we go.
Wow.
So now I'm like, make sure I don't get a speeding ticket. He won't let me drive with his daughter.
Oh my
That's
god.
true.
No, if I do end up going to college, like I can't wait.
Yeah.
Like I want to get out of my house. I want my own freedom a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like even though I'm like 19, like you still gotta respect your parents'
Yeah,
rules in the house and
course.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just want something new.
Yeah.
I want to change.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's gonna be a lot of like obstacles that you're gonna have to like pass through and be like,
Right.
oh, I get through this in life, like by yourself without
Right,
a parent.
right.
It's like, oh, I can't go back home to like figure this out, which you could, but the main idea of you being out and alone and is to figure that out. So when you're ready to
right, figure
know,
out for yourself.
yeah, to have a family and all that stuff, you're ready for it.
Mhm.
I always thought about it like that. Like once you're out. Like okay, you might go back to your parents, but your main idea is to go
Right.
and figure it out
Yep.
yourself. So like for that, I was just like, that's what I think scares me the most. Is like you're gonna be out there by yourself, like that's your thing, and he goes through it. I mean, he's around, so he's in the area, so he
Right.
could lean back to his parents if he needs to. At the same time, he goes through a lot of obstacles that, I mean, not me and you do because we just work come back home. We're safe. We got
Right.
food to eat. Whatever. It don't
Well,
matter.
when we go back home. Well, when I go back
When
home.
you go back home. Yeah.
I'll come back from work.
Yeah.
And then I go out. And I'll
Okay.
come back at like 11 o'clock at night. My mom's like, "What's up, stranger?" I'm like, "Yeah, you haven't seen me since 9 a.m. this morning." Like,
Yeah, and I mean that's like your freedom too. But you have a house to go
Right.
back to. It's
Right.
not like going back to a dorm or anything, or like knowing
I
that
kind of want that though.
Do you?
Yeah, so I can go home. Like, I can go back whenever I want.
You see, I'm the same way, dude. I been talking.
Like, my mom's like, "Come back you need to be in by like 11:30."
Oh, so you do curfews? Or
It's not really a
thing.
curfew. It's more like a
Yeah,
courtesy
but-
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
it's
your parents respect whatever.
Right.
Don't be home late.
And
'cause
so, like, in the
kids.
morning, my mom's like, "How late were you out?" And I'm like, 12:30. And she's like, "Why is it that late?"
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. It's like I've been talking to my dad because like he has apartments.
Right.
I've been like, yo, man, like
You trying to rent me one?
let me get him one. He's like, you're not ready yet. I'm like, please, please, bro, because it's like I love the independence.
Right.
Having independence, just I don't know, it makes me feel so much better rather than being within. I mean, like I'm gracious for my mother and I'm like
Right.
thankful, and like I'm comfortable, especially like where I'm at. But like I cannot wait till I can move out
For real.
because it's like it just seems so exciting.
If I could jump like 5 years from now and have my own
Right?
place,
I was always
I'd
thinking
be
about
set,
that.
bro.
I would love to just jump like 3
like,
years
everybody's
because then
always like,
then I'll be
everybody's
done.
always like,
Yeah.
like, oh, in 5 years it'll go so quick. I'm like, just like let it go quick. Like,
Let it go quickly.
Take me there right now.
Take me there right now. No, I wish I could like skip all this school.
For real.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I think the grind is what is gonna get you there. Though, like going through those obstacles and like having that grind,
Right.
and then when you finally get there, you're like, guess what? Because if you just jump, you're like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, I just got here out
Well,
of
what
nowhere.
we're saying is
kinda-
like you jump with the skills.
You think so?
like-
Oh, that's what you're talking about. I
Yeah.
thought you were talking
But
about
I also mean like I kind of just want to be thrown into it
Right.
and kind of just
Like,
figure
give
it
me
out.
those.
You know
Give
what
me
I
those,
mean?
yeah. those
Like,
obstacles.
oh, I have to pay for rent now. That's fine. I'll just pick up more hours. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
Like I
right.
want to be able to adapt to it because I know I'll adapt quickly.
Right.
I don't know. I so desperately want to move out though. I've been thinking about it so much. That's funny. That's funny. So, what are your plans in 5 years?
5 years. So, I mean, either go to Thaddeus Stevens for the auto mechanics. If that works out, then go work at a dealership or something because dealerships they make a good bit of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother used to work at a dealership.
Get an apartment. And just like work my butt off until my girlfriend graduates college,
Yeah.
which is in like, she's going to school for like 6 years.
Is she going for her?
She's going
Bachelor?
for master. So she's going for like kinesiology and
Ooh.
then like physical therapy.
Okay.
So she has got to go through 4 years of her kinesiology, get her, I guess that would be her bachelor's
Yeah.
in kinesiology, and then she gets her master's in, I think it was her doctorate.
Yeah, doctorate is 8.
Yeah, I think, but the program she's doing is like 2.
Okay.
So it's like 4 undergrad and then 2 doctorate or
Okay.
something like that.
Very
so
cool.
she'd be a doctor.
That's crazy. Oh man, that's where the money gonna be coming
Right?
in.
She's gonna be making the bread.
Ah, yo, that's fire though. Oh,
How do you
that's
feel
so
about that? If she were to make more money than you,
I mean,
that's
I'm
a
kinda-
big question.
I'm
too.
at like a split.
Okay.
I'm like, I mean, me being like a man, like I want to be like the dude that like brings in the money for the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I'm not gonna say no to money.
Yeah, I
Like-
mean, it's just like
Yeah, what's
Like,
your
if she's
point, what's your point
happy-
on it? If your woman were to make more money than you,
If
even
my-
though you work the same amount of hours and you put in the same amount of time.
if my wife were to work. If my wife were to make more money than me, if we were both working a job, but in her job she made more than me, I would be fine with it. But at the same time, I would definitely be thinking of other ways to make more
Right.
sources of
Right.
income, like real
I'd be
estate.
picking up another job.
That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine like you have your
Okay, so
own
it does-
job.
but it does affect your manhood.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
100%.
it takes your man card
That's what
away
I'm
a
saying,
bit.
because
But
I know a lot of guys. Well,
because I mean,
a lot of guys in
the
our generation are like, "Oh, I could let the woman just work." I'm
I'm
gonna
not
work
for that.
No, I
for
don't.
that at
I'm not
all.
for that either. But like, in our society, the way things are, bro. This is another question I want to ask you. Like with women being in the army and being in the front lines,
Mhm.
like yeah, women were in the army back then, but they were for nursing and like
Right,
other
right.
things.
They
But
weren't,
now
like-
women could basically do anything. Like
I say all the power to them, honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, but they can make more money than us.
Like, honestly,
and then
like,
for us as the man,
I can go on a rant, but I don't know if I want to.
No, go for
It's
it.
like, I don't know if you all talk like politics.
Yeah, let's get into it.
yeah,
Go for it.
So like women, they're always like, oh, we don't have the same like rights or whatever as men or the same opportunities as men. I'm like, fine, give them to them.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
you
we
guys
have-
signed up for the draft, and then when like World War III breaks out,
If you're gonna put in the same work, the same hours, the
Right.
same everything, yeah,
right? Like I'm all for women
Which-
working,
yeah.
Me too. I'm just saying, like the way it is now,
right?
not the way it was back then. Because back then,
Well, elaborate on what you mean right now.
for me, it's just the whole army in the front lines. That thing's always
see-
throws me off.
The military is made up of like 99% men.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
that's how it's so kind of
women
supposed to
have
be.
like more women have been going in,
Mhm.
but it's not anywhere even at all.
But then those women that do go in are tougher than the actual like normal woman. No,
I don't know. Like I've seen some like when I was going through like my whole process. of
you
going
seen like
in.
some girly girls in the military?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Well, you've done boot camps and like
Mhm.
you've done.
But like when I went up through like the whole processing center and everything up there, I was looking around. I was like, there was a lot of girls.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, they
A
were
lot
all,
of Hispanics.
they were going.
a lot of Hispanics.
Yo, a lot of Hispanics do a lot of that because they do. What's the thing that they do in school?
ROTC,
Yeah.
JLTC.
JROTC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really big,
Bro.
especially in Reading High.
Bro.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Reading High is like popular for that. And it's like
Yeah.
so many. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of women going in, and like I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
like I don't know, I still think it's like a man's job.
I think
Well,
Like
With
from
the
a
whole
biblical
draft
standpoint,
thing,
anyway.
Where you said with the whole draft thing, it's like okay, yeah, you're
Right. I
gonna-
mean, if they want equal rights and everything, then they
Yeah.
can sign up for the draft when they're 18, and then if there's a draft, half of them are going too.
yeah,
You know?
but we don't want that even for the like us men don't even want that for the women.
No, like,
Like,
I wouldn't want that.
No, and there's no hate to the women if they make more money, if they don't make more money. Like all power to you. I'm just saying the way like our society is that now the women can make more money than the men.
Right.
Like I don't know how does that fit into like a marriage like and
I mean, I think our generation is definitely getting normalized to that, and it's the leadership role within a family is definitely shifting and becoming, I
Right.
think, unequal or equal. Sorry, and I mean, I personally like the traditional family oriented
Right.
mindset, but not everyone is going to follow that, and that's just how our world is evolving, and that's fine. Honestly, like, what are we going to do about that? But like if my wife were to make more money than me, it wouldn't like I wouldn't be telling her like, no, you can't do that.
Right. Right.
no.
Who am I to do say that? Like
I'm not
no,
gonna say
bring
no to
in the
money.
money. That's just gonna motivate me to make more money than
Right.
you. I mean, cause that honestly, that's just my ego kicking in because like I want to be able to be the main provider. Honestly, that's just my thought and my mentality as the provider and the leader within a relationship.
Right.
So yeah.
No, and I asked the question, but I feel the same way. If my wife were to make more money than me, I'm not opposed to it. I mean, yeah, I would want to make more money, so I would work harder to try and make more money. But it's not even oh, you have more power over me. It's just
Right.
like, well, I'm the man of the house, and if I need to be that person to provide, I would.
Almost like your responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, if you could do it, cool.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm gonna try harder because I still have to care for you, and I still have to care for my children. So.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, I don't think it's bad. I really don't. I mean, all women, all power to you. I'm just saying, like, that's a big topic, like,
Right.
with women and households and all that.
Here's
stuff.
another thing.
And hold on, I'm
Okay.
sorry,
Go
but
ahead.
like
I got topics.
if-
We're good. You do what you want.
if that does become like the dilemma within a relationship where the woman makes more than the man, as long as they communicate the roles with each
Right,
other
right.
and they don't lose that respect with one another,
Right.
then what's the problem? You know what I mean?
Right.
All right.
Now, what do you think? So, like, your wife is making like bank on you, like she's making a lot more money than you, and then it's time to like have kids, right? How do you think
Stay
that
at
should
home
play
dad.
out? Like,
What do you
are
mean?
You gonna be a
No.
stay-at-home dad?
No,
I'm not
see-
staying home, bro. That's crazy.
But like, are you gonna like put your kids and like they're gonna be raised in a daycare? Like, I'm not for that at all.
Ooh, Fred. Dang.
That's,
You know what I'm
that's What I'm
saying?
saying these household things.
That's a good question.
Because like that's something me
But-
and my
but, like-
girlfriend talked about.
but
I'm
look-
like,
Okay, but like, what about like a nanny?
But it's
Not
like,
even
it's
that.
okay. What's the point of having a kid if you can't even raise it?
No, that's why you
If
have
I'm going to be work all day and she's going to be out work all day,
No, that's why you need
then
to
who's going to raise the
No.
kid? It's not even going to be our kid. Yeah, we birthed it, but like,
We made it, but like that's about it. Yeah.
we didn't raise it. And then like,
And then
you know,
school and all
then
that.
they're just going to go to school and they'll come home and like, we're just going to have dinner. They're going to go to bed and it's going to be a whole repeat. Like,
Preferably, I want a stay-at-home wife.
Right.
Like a stay-at-home mom. I would not want my wife to work.
right.
That's genuinely the scenario that I want, and yeah, because
That
I
goes
like
back
that
to it, though.
traditional,
Yeah, that goes
set.
back.
Right.
Once you, I mean, when you're with your girlfriend and dating and all that aspect, your main focus is to talk about marriage.
Right.
Because you want to know. You're like, okay, what's your ideas on this and that?
Mhm.
And when I gotta stop saying this and that. Anyways, too. Gosh dang, I'm out of here.
Yeah, what was it in the comments? They're like,
I
we
don't-
need to stop saying something.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
finish. I gotta finish what I'm saying. Hold on. Where was I at?
With this
You're talking
and that.
about talking
And
in a
anyways.
relationship. You should talk about
Yeah,
marriage.
about marriage.
Right.
Okay, sorry. About marriage is when you get to that place and you both know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Then that time to get married, a kid's gonna happen. You're
Right.
gonna have a child. So maybe that job that woman has that you talked about and you're like, okay, you were able to keep it for a while we're married. Now that's out of the question. Because now you have to go and be a stay-at-home mom because we agreed to this. We
Right.
signed the papers. We said we're getting married. And when we have children, because always a marriage, at least for our beliefs and everything, a child comes through.
Mhm.
Because, God tells us to make more, have marriage and then
Be fruitful, and
Fruitful.
multiply.
multiply, yeah.
Yeah, and like I agree with that, but also it's like she doesn't have to quit her job.
Right.
She could be doing part time,
Well, yeah, that's
and
something else
then
you gotta
and then
talk
the
about.
days that she's working, you don't work, and then you take care of the kid. Like
That's
you
something
could
that
make
you
it
gotta
work
talk
in a
about as a
kind of like a
couple.
Something
As a
that me and my
couple.
girlfriend had talked about is like, if I picked up like over like nighttime shifts or like she had nighttime shifts or even like not like nighttime shifts, because if you do that, then like you're not going to see each other.
yeah.
If you like, but I don't know. You'll just figure it out. Those are
Yeah.
the things you figure out when like the time comes to figure it out.
Yeah,
We have plenty of time to think about
Right,
it. Exactly.
right.
No, it's
but
no
I think
need
it's
to
good to talk about now.
Absolutely.
Right.
And dating and relationships and whatever, like just so you both are in the right mindset. And
Right.
I don't think there's ever a need to break up, but I feel like there has to have a conclusion on what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right.
in the
Proper
future.
communication is key.
Yeah, key.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, that's it for that. I mean, unless you got something else about
Good
that.
with that.
100%. Yeah.
Alright. We can get
So
some deep stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
Get
So
some deep stuff.
so I guess a question, because something that we can relate on is, we both had a sibling that passed away in a car accident.
Right.
That's hard, right?
Right.
And I know that has taken a toll on you and it's taken a toll on me. How was that experience for you? Because honestly, for me, it was very lonely.
Right.
When my sister passed, all my friends stopped talking to me.
Gotcha.
Like I went from having so many friends to like a very small circle
Right.
because people just stopped caring.
Right.
And it was like sad because like I remember feeling absolutely alone. My parents were divorcing. It was like
Right.
it felt like my world was crashing. And I eventually just got into the mindset that it is what it is.
Gotcha.
And I got so accustomed to that. And honestly, I have not noticed until recently that never fixed anything.
Right.
Yep. I was able to get through it at that time because I needed to, because there were so many other things happening at that moment where if I was to fully devote myself to that situation, which honestly I should have, but I didn't because I couldn't process it.
Right.
So I got into the mentality and just telling myself it is what it is, but it definitely comes back to haunt me every so often. And, it's coming up on 4 years this year, next month. And, so how was your process of healing?
It's April, right?
Yeah, it's April. May 26th was when she passed.
I think my brother passed May 20th. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's coming up on 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That was
weird.
fast.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, my brother's death definitely showed me like who my true friends are. Like
Exactly.
the ones that stayed and the ones that supported me through it. you know, those were the kids that I could like rely on. Those are the people I could rely on. Because I feel like a lot of people, they're like, oh yeah, we're friends or whatever. But then when it comes to something like that, like they don't know how to talk to you.
Yeah,
like
they start to get distant.
Right.
Honestly.
Because they don't want to like bring it up as if like you forgot about it. I hate when people do that. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Or like remind you. I'm like, it's always on my mind.
It's
like,
always on my mind, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Exactly.
So I don't know. Definitely show me who my real friends are. Definitely show me like life is short. Like your days are numbered.
Yeah.
Like, and you're not in control of your life. Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%. It's difficult. One thing that like I struggle now to this day is that in the back of my mind I always think I'm gonna get another call.
Right. Yeah.
About someone else in my family. Like constantly, dude. It's always on my mind, and like I'll be at work and I'll start breaking down because I'm like, oh my goodness, like,
Right.
because it's like I start getting that feeling again,
Right.
like of
that
like,
rush.
that adrenaline.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
like, oh my goodness, like I get goosebumps talking about it because
Yeah.
it's like I have that feeling that it'll happen again,
Right.
and then it never happens, and it's just like, oh my goodness, it's such like a rush of emotions for no reason.
Right.
But no, it's difficult. Do you get that at all?
Yeah, I do.
It's so annoying.
It's like a constant thriller.
Yes,
like you're just on
bro.
the edge of your seat waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know for you, like when you found out that it happened, like where were you?
I was. We were inside this Chinese restaurant. My dad just picked me up with his wife at the time. Just picked me up from camp.
Okay.
So it was like a great day, a great
Right,
Sunday.
right,
It was like nice out, you know. I was so fun. I was happy because I just hung out with all my friends.
Mhm.
We were inside this restaurant, and my dad received a call from the hospital saying that my sister got into an accident, and she's in the ambulance right now, heading to the hospital, and that they would call us with more updates. So immediately we went back home to his apartment at the time. And we called my brother, his wife, and then my sister's mom.
Gotcha.
And they all came to my dad's house, and we were all just sitting, just waiting. They were all in the living room, and I was in the kitchen. And between the living room and the kitchen, there's like this 50-foot hallway.
Right.
Like it's a long hallway for no reason.
Was this in Reading?
Yes, it's
that's
in
why
Reading.
it's a Reading
Yeah,
house.
I know,
Like,
but it's just like,
long and
bro,
skinny.
this long hallway.
Bro.
So I'm in this kitchen, and they're all in the living room. And I remember I was texting my friends. I was like, please pray for us. Like, we don't know what's going on. And I remember praying to God. And I had the feeling that she was going to be okay. Like, I had that feeling like, okay, everything's going to be all right.
Right.
It's going to be all right.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I have never heard my dad yelp out of pain.
Right.
Never in my life.
Right.
And at that moment, I knew.
Right.
And it was just weird because I'm running down this hallway, and my brother's running towards me, and it feels like it's never ending. And then I'm like out of anger, like we both just collide into each other, and we're like holding each other. We fall on the floor, and he's bawling, I'm bawling, and I just hear my dad crying, and all of them. It's terrible.
It's terrible.
No, I mean it's like it felt like such a out of body experience.
Right. That was what I was gonna ask you. When you're thinking back on it, do you see yourself from like above?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
like
for me,
I can almost envision it like it's a movie.
No, like for me, it feels like I was like lifted out of my body and I was watching it.
Yeah.
From above.
Yeah.
And like I can see myself.
I can see it play out. Exactly.
It's crazy.
Where were you?
So
I
I was
know
in
the time.
bed.
I know it was dark out.
Yeah, I was in bed. It was like 2 a.m. in the morning. Because the time in Chicago is different. It's a 2-hour delay difference.
Yeah.
So the crash was at like 9:15 at night in Chicago. So that would have been like 11 something here. So then by the time they everything happened down there, and then by the time they got the information here, it was like 2 a.m. in the morning. So I was sleeping.
Yeah.
I was sleeping, having good dreams or whatever. And then I was woken up by my mom like screaming. And I'm like, what the heck is happening?
Yeah.
So like
that's always a scary feeling.
oh my gosh, like I at first I was like, because my mom, she sometimes has dreams and she like screams in her dreams or whatever, like everybody does.
Yeah.
So at first I thought it was that. I'm like, okay, she's having another dream or whatever. But then when it kept going, I was like, what the heck is this?
Mm-hmm.
So then like I got out of my bed and I like walked through my room and out into the hallway, and then I just hear her like just crying, and my dad walked up the steps. And like that's when my memory transitioned from like first person to up here. And then I was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And he's like, "Your brother was in a car accident." And then I was like, "What the heck? Like who?" Because my Jeremiah was in college, and Rachel wasn't home, and Nate was at college. So I was like, "Which one? Like who was it?" And I'm thinking like, oh, they're in a car accident. Like, you know, he might, you know, have a broken arm, a broken like leg or something like that. I'm like, okay. And then he's like, he didn't make it. And I was like, I just like collapsed on the ground, bro. Like, and then my mom was like screaming his name and stuff. And like that in my mind is still there. Yeah. Like hearing your parents scream in agony like that is like ridiculous.
It's hard. I mean, like that's, yeah.
So then, like, at this point, all my brothers are like awake, and like they're coming through, and like I went downstairs, and there's like 2 police officers in my living room, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is real. Like,
you wish you were
this is crazy. So then I just like was walking around. I don't even know what I was doing. Like, I like walk around. I'll go sit on the couch, and get back up, and like I didn't know what to do. Yeah. Like there was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
Then I guess one of the police officers went and got my mom's brother, who's our pastor, because I guess they asked her if she wanted clergy or whatever there. She's like, yeah, my brother's a pastor, and they gave her his address. He lives close, so they brought him over, and then me and him ended up driving up to Lancaster to my brother's school. But before we did that, we stopped at my grandparents' house. They live right around the corner. And I went in with my uncle to tell my grandparents that my brother was dead. And that was like,
it's hard.
That was ridiculous. Yeah. Like I thought my grandfather was gonna have a heart attack right then and there.
Yeah.
Like we made them like sit down on the couch.
Yeah.
And like the fear in their eyes when they opened the door at like 4 a.m. in the morning to us. Yeah. Like.
They were already on edge, yeah.
They were all like, what's going on? Like, my grandfather was like, what's going on? What happened?
Yeah.
And we were like, just sit down, you know, we'll tell you. And then, yeah, it was. And then we drove up to my brother's, and this still, like, makes me sad.
Yeah.
We get to my brother's dorm, and at the front desk, we're like, you know, there's been a family emergency. We need to talk to his brother. And he's like, all right. So I guess Jeremiah was sleeping. So the guy, like, unlocked his door. Yeah. And he let us in, and Jeremiah was like, "Oh, hey guys!" Like, he was like happy to see us. Yeah. Like he was like, "This is a surprise," and then we had to crush him with the news that his like best friend and brother, like Jeremiah and Nate, were like best friends.
They were the same age, basically. Right? They were close to it, like what 2 year apart?
Like yeah, like 2 years, but like I mean, they were like best friends, right? But then we just had to like crush him with the news. And like he was like cursing and stuff, and he's like, "I'm not meaning to curse." And, like my uncle's a pastor, so like, but he's like, "No, it's okay. Like let it out. Like you're gonna be mad, like you know." But that was probably the hardest, like going in and like crushing my brother like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think, the whole ride home, we didn't want him to drive to our house because you know. Mad drivers drive ridiculous, especially when you're in a sports car.
Yeah.
I guess we all know how that is. But the whole ride back, I just remember like looking up at the sky. Like at that point, the sun was finally rising. And then I was just like looking up at the sky. I'm just like, he's up there right now. Like, it was just like a peace came over me. Like he's up there right now.
Yeah.
So... And then that day, I had a track meet, bro.
Yeah.
I had a track meet that whole... Bro, I went...
Yeah, you don't remember?
I ran crazy fast, bro.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, set PRs. Broke my records.
You want to show them what the Tat is
Oh,
and
the
what
tat.
is
Yeah,
it?
it was from my brother. I don't know how I can do this.
Hold on.
Just the other way, the other way.
Hold on, come over here.
I go like this.
There you go. Right there.
Right
yeah,
there.
perfect.
Dedicated to my brother.
Tell him the meaning. Tell him behind
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay. So, meaning behind this tattoo. My brother's favorite band, Kaleo, dropped an album like 2 days after he died. And one of their songs on the album is called Brother Run Fast, and it's an amazing song.
Yeah.
You all have listened to it, I think.
Yeah.
Probably.
We listened to it at the funeral, actually.
Right. Yeah, we played at the funeral. But weirdly enough, the last conversation I had with my brother, I was telling him all about this track meet that was coming up and how excited I was for it. And like me and him had like a generally like really good conversation and talk. And I'm like really thankful for God for giving me that like last, conversation with him.
Yeah.
And right before he hung up, he's like, "All right, brother, run fast." And he hung up.
Ooh, yeah.
And then 2 days later, he was killed. And then 2 days later, this song comes out. And I'm just like, what the heck?
That's
Like,
great.
this has to mean something.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what?
Wow.
I'm going to get a tattoo. And then my mom was like, yeah, you can get the tattoo. Because at the point I was like 17. And then I was like, will you sign for me? She's like, yeah, she signed. But then parents being parents never take you to do anything like that. So I waited. And then the day after I turned 18, I went with your brother and we got it done. And now I'm stuck with it for life.
That's good.
But it's alright because it's meaningful.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
I want to ask a question because I know this both is your experience.
Right.
I remember you telling me, you were like, I never thought I would feel the way Isaac felt when he lost his sister.
Right.
And you always, it was like, I don't know, 2 days or a day after Nate's death. And you were like, I never thought, like, I didn't even wish this upon me. I didn't wish this upon him.
Right.
He's like, I never would think I would feel this pain. Do you guys think, like, I don't know how to say it, but like the connection of like, okay, we respect each other because you guys don't really have beef or anything because you guys are brothers, by Christ, and I believe you guys are good friends. But like just that, okay, we're friends, but now we have something to be related to, and that respect. So what I want to know is when you felt that pain, did you like understand him more? Like,
100%.
did you get like an understanding like, wow, now I know, like, because you would talk about it, and we were always cool with him talking about it. We loved when he talked about it, and when he was open and when he had to be emotional, but we never felt the way he felt.
Right.
And I remember we had a group day where we were just hanging out in the house, and it got emotional.
Yeah,
and
that was a bad day, like in general.
Yeah, but everyone got emotional, and I don't know if this was after Nate's death or before. Do you remember?
It was before.
Okay, and he broke down.
Right.
And I'm gonna say this because
it's cool.
he broke down, and he was in pain, and it went back to his sister's death. At that moment, you felt for him, but you didn't feel the same pain because you didn't know.
I didn't know what he was actually going
so
through.
when it happened and everything broke down, and I remember you telling me, you were like, I never thought I would feel. You're shaking a little bit. I'm sorry about that.
No, I'm cold. That's why I'm sitting here. I've been doing this all the time. Give me the blanket.
Anyways, sorry, I was trying. It was getting deep.
All right.
Anyways, when that moment happened, then you finally connected. And you were like, "Wow, now I know what he feels." That's why I just want to know was it at that moment or afterwards? Because I remember I was like, you actually said you were like, you said his name and you were like, Isaac. I never thought I would feel the way Isaac did.
Right.
And that always stuck out to me because I remember you just going over it like, wow.
Right.
Like now this type of connection. I know you guys. I haven't known each other as long, but we had a group and you guys got to know each other then. And I don't know. I just always thought of it like that. I was like, well, if anything, this just makes them stronger. If they need to go back to each other, they can because they can relate on this.
No, and it's like, whenever we do hang out, it's like it clicks because I think we both kind of have that unlocked emotion within us that not everyone feels. So, we make a joke about it.
Right.
We're able to like laugh a little bit harder.
Makes a joke.
Nope, it's over. Yo,
it's over.
My one friend did one time.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, my one friend did recently.
Oh my
how was that?
Like,
Like-
he didn't make it in front of me.
Yeah.
Because apparently I had made a joke while he was around or something. But, like, I'm allowed to make the jokes.
Yeah.
But then he made a joke about it when, like, my brother was around or something. And my brother heard it. And, like...
Wow.
Jeremiah.
No, Eli.
Oh, Eli. Oh, and
And, like-
Eli's pretty,
Right. And he's like... He was not all right with it at all.
Yeah.
And he told me. And
Yeah.
I went off on that friend. I was like, you don't get to do that.
Yeah.
Like, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
But, like...
I said that same sentence. Who do you think you are?
Right.
No, it's like... Yeah.
But, I mean, we're all good now. Like, we talked about it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you need to know when and where. Like, I'm allowed to make the joke. You're not. Like, it's as simple as that.
I can't lie. Like, my friend made a joke, like, reacting to my joke about his sister because...
Oh, yeah, I heard
So
that.
it's pretty funny.
Okay. I'm like, hold
So-
on. What's this?
Tell the story. I want to something deep.
So we're in Target and he's like, guys, what do I get my sister for her birthday? And me and my other friend, we're getting good ideas, right?
Right.
But this man's kept rejecting every single idea.
Right.
So we started saying stupid stuff,
Right.
like inappropriate stuff, like you could get her this, and
Right.
then he got mad all of a sudden. He's like, well, what do you get your sister, Isaac? And I'm like,
Oh, no, bro.
and I looked at him. I said, flowers. He's like, exactly. And then he walked away. I was just like, damn.
He said,
Yeah.
what?
And he stormed off and he went home.
He knew what he was saying was
mad.
wrong, bro.
Yeah, and then he texted me. He's like, "Yo, bro, like that was
was low.
out of pocket." Yeah, but like, I can't lie. Like, I wanted to laugh when he did that because I'm like, damn, that was kind of a good joke. But I was like,
At
the
no,
same time, you're like, no,
I
it's
got serious. I was
disrespectful.
like, that's not cool, bro.
Disrespectful.
No, yeah, and that's what it is. It's like it's disrespectful, you
Mm.
know, because those jokes to me, I use them to get over
Right.
the emotions,
Right.
almost to cope with it.
Right.
When someone else makes a joke about my sister,
That's what I would tell my one friend. I'm like, you come back and make those jokes when it's your sibling.
Exactly. Like I use this to cope, and
Right.
like I want you to
Like
laugh
it's
because it
it's
helps
constantly
me
on my
cope.
mind. Joking is a way
Exactly.
to like relieve
Get
some
it
of
out.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's either
Like I don't want
it's
to
either-
cry all
it's
the
either I'm gonna-
time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I gotta laugh.
It's either I'm gonna joke about it or I'm gonna cry about it. It's
Dude,
never one or the other.
My
Like
mom is sick with that kind of stuff though.
really.
Yeah, like my brother's birthday cake. So we threw like a party, right? We threw a party for him on his birthday. So back, bro, this woman, she put an over the hill 50 candle, and it's like literally a grave on his cake.
I mean, just remembering it.
Like, bro,
Yo, my dad is not like that.
I'm like,
That's
oh my gosh.
crazy.
I'm like, you crazy,
Bro, that would have had me dead, bro. That
We were just like all laughing. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like mom, you're dark.
damn. That's funny though. I
Like, she just like pulled it out and just stuck it on the cake. You know, this grave that says over the hill.
He says he's okay to laugh at it. I'm okay to laugh at it.
That's funny, bro.
Bro.
I hate it when people don't laugh at it though, because I'm like,
Right.
man, they just made me feel bad. Like, laugh.
Or they tell me that I ruined the mood. I'm like, bro, shut up.
I'm like, it's my
when
dead
people-
sister,
when people
bro.
ask me what my tattoo means, and then I explain it to them, and they go,
Damn,
well,
bro.
way to kill the mood. I'm like, you're the one that asked.
Yeah.
Like,
Sorry, my sibling died. That's totally my fault.
right,
Like,
I'm the one that killed the mood.
nah.
You know what's really messed up? What's really messed up is when my grandfather died. Like last year,
My grandfather died last year. No, wait, this year. Is it?
my
I don't
grandmother
remember.
died on Christmas Eve. But anyway, I went to my boss. This is back when I used to work at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I went to my boss. I'm like, hey, I need off for my grandfather's funeral. And he goes, why didn't your grandfather ask for why did he ask 2 weeks in advance? And I was like, hold up. What? I was like, why didn't your grandfather ask for you off 2 weeks in advance? I'm like, there's no way you just said that. And he just walked away.
This was your boss?
I
Yes.
thought you were kidding.
I don't know.
No,
He
no.
thought he was just gonna make a joke about it.
You said
I
it
said,
was
I
your
need
grandfather's.
I said
funeral.
I need off for my grandfather's funeral, and he said he should have gave us a 2 week notice.
Yeah, you know you have to give 2 week notice before you take off at like.
He said
Well,
he should
yeah.
have gave us a 2 week notice. I'm like, hold up. No
Nah,
way to
bro.
manage to
The
say
knuckles
this.
would have came out at that moment. Like I'm
Bro,
throwing hands. That's
this man's
crazy.
65 years old.
No
and has, like, the biggest
shot.
belly.
Oh
Said I would have been in jail.
gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, dude does not care.
No, and then he just walked away. It
Yo.
was like, there's no way this man
Messed
just
up,
walked
bro.
away
Nah, that's
after
messed
saying
up.
that.
That's
Oh my
messed up.
goodness. Hold on, wait. Bro, I remember I was with my boys when my grandfather passed, right?
Right.
And they were all sleeping over because my mom was in Michigan because that's where he's at.
Right.
So I was home alone for a week when I got the news that my grandfather passed. So
Right.
my friends were staying with me trying to just keep me company.
Mhm.
But like as bad as it sounds, like I didn't cry about it. I don't know.
Right.
Like experiencing a sibling death and then having a grandfather death,
Right, they're totally different.
it's totally different. Like I haven't cried about my grandmother who passed, and I haven't cried about my grandfather who
Right.
passed. But like when my grandfather did pass that night, we were hanging out, we got food, and then we came back. My friend makes a joke about it. And I'm like, dude, like too soon, man. I'm like
that just
no,
happened
bro.
today.
Like, yo, know your place, bro. It's so weird.
Right.
So some people confuse me. Anyways.
Dropping the mic. We all gonna have to share one.
I know.
So you're gonna quick pass it.
No, I have one more deep question about, before we get off of this. With these deaths, has it affected your faith in any way possible?
Oh,
Like,
100%.
Yeah.
you guys want to just speak on it just
You
a
want me
little
to go
bit
first
before
or you go
before
It
you
don't matter. I can.
end this?
Go ahead.
I don't think that I was a solid Christian until my brother passed.
Really?
Yeah. Like I always lived it out like, like I'm a Christian. Like it wasn't personal for me. And then when this whole when it all happened, it kind of just it kind of hit me. I'm like that could have been me. And like I wasn't sure in my faith at all.
Yeah.
And then when that happened, I'm like, that could have been me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It can be me. Like every time I get in my car, I'm like, I might not make it home.
Yeah.
Like, Lord forgive me for for what I've done.
Yeah.
And then it's like every time I drive, I'm like, I might not make it home.
Yeah.
So then, I really started taking my faith more seriously.
You wanted like a deeper understanding of
Right.
how life is going to be afterwards
Right.
and why my brother's up there now. And okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, I wouldn't say I was a Christian until after.
That's crazy.
Like, I mean, as a kid,
Yeah,
you say the little
obviously.
prayer and you're I'm a Christian.
But like that actual
But, like,
dedication.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, it becomes real. But, I mean, sometimes God does that, though. He's like, here's a wake-up call.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because I was the complete opposite. Like, I was good and I was really deep in my faith before my sister. But then after her death, I was mad.
Right.
And all I felt was anger. Like, because I pushed away all the sadness. And, like, I tried my hardest not to be emotional about it. And all I felt was anger. And I remember cursing at God. Like, I did that, And that was when I went through the most rebellious phase of my life, just doing anything that I could do to get my mind off it.
Right.
Whether it was cursing or just doing whatever. Like I was, the thing that I always kept telling myself, and it was so funny, is my life can't get any worse.
Right.
So indeed it did, because God just kept humbling me with each and every day, and I'm thinking, all right, man, relax. And it's like it was always just so funny to me, because dude, I mean, for 3 years, honestly, I did not take my faith seriously. Yeah, sure, I had my moments with God here and there,
Right.
but I didn't sit down and say, okay, I'm done with all this crap.
Right.
It was always, I'm going to church on Sundays, getting my worship done there, and then
Right. It was like a show faith.
exactly. And as soon as I went home, I just went back to my crap. And it's that's how it was for 3 years. And up until last year, that's when I converted almost fully back again, because it's I realized my time here is short,
matters.
and these distractions are not doing anything for me.
Right.
It took me a long time to realize that, honestly. So it's funny how it's very
Opposites, right?
different.
Right.
One question that I had about it, and we can probably wrap it up after this, because this is getting long, but
No, it's good.
What are we at?
that's it. We're at 50 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. No, not wrapping it up in general, but just
This topic.
So I got 2 more.
Yeah.
more.
Does it feel real? Because I know for me, it almost doesn't. Like
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the cameras to pop up.
Right.
Hey, you're on a prank
So
show.
true.
And
So
it's
true.
like, even though like I know it's real, it's like I still hope for that day.
Yeah.
And it's like with every day, as sad as this sounds, it starts to feel like she almost was not real. And it's like that hurts to say that, but like she starts to feel like just like a character that was in my life and now isn't, obviously. But like it feels like she should have more of a placement within my life, but it feels like she's kind of losing that, you know, which I think that happens, obviously, but it's definitely weird. She just feels like a friend that I just stopped talking to. That's what it feels like. Yeah. So what about you? Does it kind of...
Yeah, it's kind of the same. Like every day, it's just slowly and like, I mean, I get reminded of him like every day. Like,
no, I think
I
about
see a picture
it
of
every
him,
day.
I'm just like, dang.
Yeah. No. I mean, I think of my sister every day.
The other night, I was driving, and like a song came on, some like worship song came on, and I just started bawling.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, what the heck? So like, there's times like that where I'm just reminded of him.
Yeah.
And then there's other days like I could go like a whole day and just like not even think about it.
Yeah.
But then, you know, at night I'm just like, what the heck? It's always at night that it gets me.
Dude. Yeah.
Or if I'm just like sitting at work.
Yep.
And I'm going through pictures or whatever, and like I slide by one of him, I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like it just hits me again. Like it hits me like a train.
I had to put all her photos in a totally different folder that's locked up and everything, because it's like I did not want to see her unless I wanted to see her.
See, I'm at the point where like I can see a picture of him without it like hurting so much.
Yeah. No, me too. But it's still hard.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways.
Good with that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were able to talk about it because
that was therapeutic.
no, it's like a deep topic. You both relate to it. I don't know how many times you guys get to see each other and talk about it. I mean, I know it's on video, but at least you guys can look back on it. And
so now everybody knows about my life.
Yeah.
Basically.
Dead sibling gang. A. Yeah. Anyways.
Hit me with a nice one, not a depressing one.
We're gonna go straight into like the world topic.
The world topic.
Yeah. So you know Andrew Tate?
Oh my gosh. See, do y'all like Andrew Tate?
No, okay, no, so I was guys, what is your thoughts on Andrew
I
Tate?
don't like Andrew Tate.
Go ahead.
You don't like Andrew Tate?
I want to hear Omi.
I don't like Andrew Tate.
Okay, do you agree with some things he say?
I think some of the stuff he says is truthful.
Yeah.
Okay. That whole him being put in jail, you guys know how it happened?
Isn't it like human trafficking?
Yeah, he was like human trafficking.
Yeah, I mean he got out.
Yeah, he got out.
I mean, I don't 100% believe that he should have got out.
Okay, yeah, and I was thinking about it, but he was very open about it, and like any podcast he would talk about, he would say he would have this many amount of wives,
right?
This amount of many kids with these amount of wives.
Yeah.
So he was open about it. I mean, they caught him for it because
Right.
it wasn't. I don't think any of it was legal, and I don't know how much you could do with that.
What country was he arrested in? It was like.
I thought it was Romania.
Yeah, I think it was.
Because he was all around the world. He's
Right,
been everywhere.
Yeah, no. He got arrested in Romania.
Okay, I don't like the guy.
No, I don't.
I like the way he talks, and I agree with some things he says.
I don't even like the way he talks.
No.
Really?
Honestly, his persona and the character that he builds is just to get attention.
Right, that's one of the things I don't like about him.
No. But it grabs an audience. But I think the actual principles that he talks about, I agree with some of them.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them.
And I think it has almost awakened this generation that is so lazy to become motivated.
It's just the men, though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't.
No, because he
targeting the
treats
men.
women like crap sometimes.
Yeah.
As if they're just objects.
I agree.
Yeah, and like I said, like I think that's just a show, but I think his actual principles are not terrible.
No,
No, but then I also
obviously
think,
having multiple wives, I'm not for that.
I also think that there's some things that he says that are just complete bull.
Yeah.
That he thinks because he talks with such confidence in what he's talking about that it's automatically right.
Yeah.
So the whole get rich, be successful thing, workout stuff, I'm like, okay, I could get behind. Like, make your money, go.
But then when he says stuff like.
When he says some controversial
if you're not
stuff,
making $20 million a year, like then like what are you doing? Like not everybody is capable of making $20 million a year.
And
like
the
I'm
whole
working
thing
a
of,
normal job. Like
the whole thing that like this is the Matrix. There's alphas, there's betas.
Mhm.
He like makes this world his like playground in a sense that he's like, oh, I made it out.
Right.
I'm
And I also
way
don't like how
above
he thinks
all
he's
you
just
guys.
top dog.
Yeah, he tells everybody top G. What is top G? Is that top God? What
Gangster.
top gangster. Okay.
But, like, even,
well,
like-
when I thought about it, I was like, oh,
There's
top,
probably so many men
top
that
God.
could like destroy him.
Absolutely.
Like he's so full of himself,
Yeah, yeah.
and it just drives me nuts. Like as a dude, just seeing another dude like be on top of his own world like that, like so
Well,
high.
he makes it seem like he's made it out of this world, that he's figured.
He's above it all.
Yeah, he's figured it all out, and he calls the world the Matrix. Oh, I passed the Matrix. You guys are still in the Matrix. How? And that whole Matrix, red pill, blue pill. Like,
See the video where you talked about like him almost getting in a car accident in his like Ferrari or something,
The Bugatti.
or the
yeah,
Bugatti
he
or something.
got Bugattis or something like that.
And he was like, I was swerving through, and I was like, I was a god in that moment. And I'm like,
Yeah, he says some
Yeah,
ridiculous
his
stuff.
his ego is definitely up there for sure.
yeah,
Obviously.
He's changed a lot of guys' minds. Like,
No, and-
I've seen some influencers that just changed because of him.
And
I don't know if you guys know Aiden Ross. You guys know Aiden Ross?
and they genuinely
Aiden
like
Ross?
I don't
change
think so.
for
He's
the
like a
better.
gamer, but he like changed
Yeah.
and like it's just
I think, like I said, the way he approached it, I think is just to get attention.
right,
But I think, some of his overall messages are not negative.
right,
They're more so to build someone. But yeah, the way he presents it, I think is just to piss people off.
Right.
Like I think that's what he does.
right.
he has like this whole clan now. These like alpha males, and these are people that are like you've known, like social media people that I know in the past that were like that's not who they were. So I don't know if you guys know Sneeko. He's pretty.
Sneeko's getting canceled right
Yeah,
now.
he's pretty controversial. But
I can't stand
he,
Sneeko. I
he
can't
was
lie.
fine for a while. His thing was about comedy and whatever. Like he'll talk about politics, but he make a comedy. So people will gravitate to it. Now it's all just seriousness. Serious. Oh, I believe in this. I believe in that. Okay, but
So he's trying to be Andrew Tate, basically.
Yeah.
everyone that I think like infuses with him or meets him.
Just tries to be him.
Yeah. Not
Like be
saying
your own
everybody.
person. Like be who you are.
Yeah,
Don't try
and
to
it's
change
like-
yourself because somebody else.
It was funny because like I used to like watch Sneeko. Like I like
Yeah,
Sneeko.
back
I
then,
used
back
to
then.
really like him, and then he kind of just got annoying with it because it was like
All serious.
all his talk was just so negative, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like I can't listen to this or I'll start to become negative.
right.
So yeah, no, I think it definitely has its different sides. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'll just because I know that's a big thing right now.
Right.
Well, for our generation, at least men, and I mean, we talk about pretty much
Yeah,
a lot on this about men and women and society. And
Right.
yeah.
I mean, I want to know deeper understanding. Like, okay, people are equal, people are this, people that, but how different people think? Like, and I think the way he thinks, is like there's some good that could come out of it, but there's a lot of bad that comes out of it. And if he could like balance that and not show everything, but people change. He's gonna do what he wants.
I just truthfully don't believe he's that character off camera.
Okay.
Like
I don't either.
Really, you think he's just putting up a show?
everyone that has met him and everyone that can testify for him, it's like they say no, like it's a totally different person. Like yeah, he has
in
all.
reality, he's like some beta male.
No, but like in reality,
Yeah,
like
he's saying I'm alpha male. And
Well,
I'm betas and
it's not even that. Like they say, like yeah, he has this power and he has
Right.
this money and he has this like lifestyle, but his character is, softer, nicer.
Mhm.
Like I said, I think he just puts on a show.
Right.
But
I mean, that's what a lot of people do anyway.
politicians do it, influencers do it, everyone does it just to grab more views. Absolutely.
That's exactly what we're doing right now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
why I'm gonna put in the title of this video something about dead siblings, just to grab more attention.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Andrew Tate's
Said
popular
Death
right now.
Brothers and
Exactly.
Andrew Tate.
Controversial. Anyways.
That's crazy.
No,
Yeah,
I
anything else?
just want to know that. I mean,
Yeah.
I got other world news, but it's not really world news.
What's the world news?
You're not super into Jake Paul, are you?
Not
You know
especially. I know of it. I don't follow.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
to be honest, I don't watch a lot of YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. Like when I watch YouTube, I'm watching like police body cam videos.
There you go.
Oh, you're like on
That's
that
what I do.
snitch. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got you. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
on like shorts. A lot of shorts.
Oh, me too.
I just
bro.
have
Shorts would be
TikTok.
bad.
Yeah.
I deleted
And then
TikTok.
all my TikTok is just police body cams. Like you can see where my mind's at. Like,
Funny.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, other world news, Jake Paul. So he had the whole thing with like Floyd Mayweather and like got your
Right.
hat thing.
yeah.
And then there was another backlash where his bodyguards were trying to jump him, and it was just Jake Paul and one security guard. Well, they came out with an article that was like all a PR stunt. So he was just
Really.
doing it to get clout. I mean, I know a lot of celebrities do it. It's just I didn't expect him to do it since he's like all talk.
He's already like big. He doesn't need like another like.
No,
didn't need it.
he's famous. He knows what he's like capable of in a sense in the whole world. Like, and he can influence people and he could get people really mad. So I get it, but I wouldn't think he would fake it.
Growling.
Yeah, I know. I'm hungry. We should go grub afterwards. You gotta be out. I don't want to go grub with this kid.
I'm broke. I'm broke. I can't relate more
I'm
to
saving
that
for
sentence.
Disney, bro.
Disney, bro.
I'm saving.
Yeah, you're going to Disney. That's
with
gas.
the
I'm going to Orlando,
girlfriend.
bro. I had the choice.
Let me tell you, when it was a fight with my mom to let me go to Disney.
Bro.
Wait, you going by yourself?
Now I'm going with my girlfriend and her family.
Driving? Or
Now we're
flying?
taking a flight. This will be my first commercial flight.
Really?
I've piloted a plane,
Okay.
but I've never flown commercial.
I just got a passport, and I'm the first one in my family to have a passport. So that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm going to Disney.
Disney.
Never been.
Cool.
This will be the farthest away from home I've ever been.
Probably feel
I've
good.
never been to like. I've been to Florida once.
Farthest I've been is Kentucky.
Damn.
Yeah, nothing further than that. And that's only like 3 states over. So like,
Me is
Kentucky.
PR in Florida.
yeah,
They got good chicken over there.
That's about it.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fried
Bro,
chicken.
what do you no? What?
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh yeah, KFC. Oh, I was hearing about that in the radio today.
What's that?
Like what do they call it? They call it acronyms. What are they called?
Acronyms, yes.
That's
does it
what they're
stand
called?
for? It's KFC stands for
Okay.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Well, there's
You didn't
like
know that?
no. I know. I was just trying to get it right. So it's acronyms.
I said you should know. This.
Well, there's people that would like make the acronym what they want it to be. So there was one with like a school that they call it JFK because it was
John F. Kennedy.
yeah, it was like his school or it was
Right,
named those,
right.
and then the kids would call it jail for kids or whatever.
Oh,
And I was
That's
hearing like a
funny.
whole bunch of them, and
That's
that was
funny.
hilarious because like they would come up with them and be like, "This is actually funny." I
Right.
thought I was bringing it up because I hear a lot of things on the radio.
Yeah.
I love the radio.
No, that's funny.
Dumb country music,
Yeah.
what do you mean dumb country music?
bro. Because I fell.
Bro
in.
just said
Because I
dumb.
fell in, bro. And it wasn't
Oh,
because of you.
you like
was
it now?
Because nobody else that I know.
You like it now? You like country music?
I think you can stand it.
I can stand it.
Like,
I'm not
bro.
blasting it. But
I'm not
I was-
putting it
I
on
was
my aux,
blasting it
but
on the way
if I
here.
hear it, I'm not gonna just.
But
skip
it was just the constant of
Blasting.
it being on the radio.
All the way up,
all the way up.
bro.
Whoa.
All the way
I
up. All the way up
can't.
on my phone. All the way up on the stereo. All the way up on my
That's
Bluetooth
crazy.
adapter.
Wow.
He got 3 things to make
Bass
it work.
booster on,
Oh my goodness.
bro.
Yeah,
We
you're on
lock
your
'em
little-
doors and turn 'em
Maybe
lights.
like them doors and turn-
Yeah, there you
You're
go.
on
You got
your Morgan Wallen.
Bro,
Come
Morgan
on.
Wallen's
Yo,
album.
7
Did you guys listen to
summers. Huh?
Did you listen to Morgan Wallen's album?
That's how many songs? 30.
36.
Huh?
36
36
songs on one
songs?
album.
Oh my
I
goodness.
ain't coming out with another album. Or am I wrong?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Bro, he just dropped it like
Wow.
last
Well,
month.
Taylor, they were like fighting with something with Taylor Swift having the most songs on the album, and
No, Morgan
someone
Wallen
was gonna
just
try to beat
clapped
it.
everybody. With
yeah,
this
but they were
album.
trying to like beat it, and then Morgan Wallen came out with his album.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if he's coming.
I
up
think
with
Drake
another
had the
one
longest one before Morgan Wallen.
with 30 something. Right?
Yeah,
33.
it was
I thought it was
like
Taylor
32.
Swift. I thought Taylor
Was
Swift
it?
was like
It might have
34.
been.
I don't know.
Anyway, but yeah,
Yeah.
his new album was good. I definitely like his album before better, but there.
Yeah,
are
but this has so
songs-
many songs though.
The other one had like 20.
I think my
28
favorite on that
something.
album's like Whiskey something.
Whiskey Glasses.
Yeah,
You
that one's
basic,
the best.
basic boy.
No, I don't care. That's
I like 7 summers, bro.
7 Summers.
That's my favorite. That's my
a good
favorite
one.
right
That's a
there,
good
bro.
one. There you go.
That one gets me emotional for some reason.
Now there's this one song on his new album that gets me every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Outlook. You gotta
Okay.
listen to it.
All right. Well.
And in the song he says, now my outlook is different. Let me just pull up the lyrics.
Yeah,
Oh, my phone's over
I
there.
got you. What is it, Morgan Wallen Outlook?
Yeah.
And I've dropped a new album.
Dude, I listened to it.
Yeah.
It was
Fire.
good.
I'm going to his concert.
I like more of
bro.
the acoustics
Yes.
songs on him though.
I like the hype ones.
So,
Just look at the lyrics.
what was it?
Here, let me see. Oh, you got that like screen thing where it's like dark.
Yeah, my fault.
Now my outlook on life is different than it used to be. My outlook is someone's up there looking down and looking out for me.
Damn, that's cool.
Like that hits me every time. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's so true.
Bro, for real.
I still have to listen to the NF album.
You haven't listened
What?
to it?
My sister
To
showed
be
me
honest,
one song.
To
that
be
was it.
honest, like I didn't listen to it for like 3 days. And then my sister was like, "Did you listen to the album?" I'm like, "No,
Isn't
not
it
yet."
like all singing, not really
No,
rap?
there's both.
No, there's some
It's
rap.
mixed.
I do like the more like singing though. Like
I-
it's different by him.
Sorry.
I like the more rap, to be honest.
See, we just different.
Yeah, but that's fun. But I'm going to his concert.
I'm going to Morgan Wallen's concert.
Yeah, that's tight. That's tight. That's tight.
13. Okay.
Yeah, it was a good album.
Okay, I still.
Yo, this one right here.
Hope and Motto was the only ones that I listened to because they came out as singles.
This one right here, bro.
Which one was that?
Oh my.
However you
Panenomium.
pronounce that word.
Panenomium.
Yeah.
That one and Turn My Back. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Oh,
those are good ones.
I still have to listen. I really like The Search.
the Search album was fun.
Perception was good and Therapy session
Yeah.
was good.
Therapy
I just
session
like-
was so gas. That's when I found him.
Right.
I found Grinding and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
who's this?
He's good. He's good.
Yeah, I like him.
I'm just like, see, like when I was younger, like I always listened to like pop and everything.
Yeah.
But then I like became me, and then like my countryside just came out.
Yeah. No, I listen to rap. That's
We
honestly.
grew up. I mean, it was Christian music always in the radio.
Right.
Christian
Yeah,
music,
that's how
this and
mine was,
that,
yeah.
Whatever. And then I hit like an age of like 14 or whatever. Start getting into like Lecrae and those things.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
realized that I loved rap. And then from Lecrae went to secular, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold off now, but even that's tough because I'll still.
See, that's one thing I like
stuff.
about country music, though. Like,
Yeah,
for
a
the
lot of
most
it's
part, it's
meaningful,
clean.
deep
And, like,
feeling, yeah.
it's all, like, story-based.
Yep.
Like, all the songs are, like, story-based. And
You're not
I
really
mean,
getting bad energy for it unless the song's like trying to show the bad, like
right, but, like, most
sad
country
energy.
songs aren't like that.
Yeah.
Like, they're pretty clean.
No.
Now, I'm not going to say all of them are,
No.
but, like, most of them
The
are.
overall generalization. Yeah.
Yeah, the
See,
whole
I fell
culture
into the
behind
whole
it.
trap of like the rap and like
Right,
they're gonna start cussing. They're gonna talk about chicks that are
right.
doing the right thing.
Sex, money, drugs. Yeah.
I
They're
mean,
just-
country music talks about it, too. Like, they talk
Yeah.
about girls and, like...
yeah,
But
but
it's
it's
not in,
such
like-
a
it's
nice,
not in
cute
that
love
way.
way.
It's
Right.
more romantic than anything
Right.
else.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I fell into it.
Where rap is more demeaning.
It started
yeah.
with like Lecrae, and then it started getting into
Like
secular.
rap is like drug, sex, and alcohol. Country music is like beer, trucks, and girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's the way it is. Yeah, and then
But-
I mean, after that, it was just poppy music, and
Right.
now I've been on a snitch with like poppy music, rap, and.
Bro, I can't wait
R&B.
for my white girl summer, bro.
The white girl.
You
song.
having a
So
white
I-
girl summer?
So I can just turn on all my white girl music,
Oh my goodness, are you
Blasted.
really?
album like volume up,
Okay.
listening to like
I'm a Barbie girl.
exactly, bro.
Exactly.
In the Mustang with windows down,
Yeah, bro.
Dang.
cranked up.
Revving it.
Talk about his car. You got a Mustang, bro. We talk
Yeah.
about our.
It's not. It's
Yeah, it's still Mustang.
2008.
7.
7. Off one year.
Yeah.
It's nice
6.
though. Ow.
I wish it was V8.
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
good.
I have a V6 as well.
Gap, bro. Gap. I still gap all the Civics though.
Yeah, this Civic.
Can you keep up with my Toyota Camry?
Oh yeah,
It's a V6.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just have more torque,
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, back wheel.
Yeah, that's true. You'll probably beat me, so
Bro.
obviously.
I pulled a burnout yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Are those
So they're-
tires not gone yet, bro? I swear.
These
No.
tires are only like 8 months old.
Okay.
Anyway, there's this one road near my house that has like people do burnouts on it.
Yeah.
Well, right now there's like 3 sets of burnouts on this road. So like I was driving, I dropped my girlfriend off at her house, and I was driving home. I'm like, I'm gonna do a burnout.
What do you do?
So I get in the middle of where there are already burnout marks. So like, everybody can see my burnout marks, right?
Yeah.
So I ripped this burnout and I'm like holding it and it's going long and like there's smoke inside my car.
Yeah.
Like, so then I drive up the road, turn around, come back around just to see it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I gotta go check this out now.
Yeah.
And then as I'm turning back around, I see a cop.
Oh.
And this cop just drives by and I'm like, I hope he did not just see that. I hope he wasn't sitting there.
How many times you gotten pulled over?
I've been pulled over once.
Once. You?
None.
None.
Do you know why I was pulled over? 5 miles over the speed limit.
And we've gone
5
way
miles.
past
I've
Bro.
gotten charged for a
Bro.
speeding ticket when I crashed. I'm like, bro, I just lost my car, and are you gonna give me a speeding ticket on top of this? Like,
Well, that's why you never tell me you were going, like, what speed you were going when you crashed. Like,
Yeah, no, that was my first accident. I just panicked. I was like, yeah, I'm going 40. I didn't realize it was a 25.
Yeah, I was too stunned to say anything.
Ah, damn.
Said the ice officer.
Frick. It was just the ice.
No, like the crazy speeds I pull sometimes, and I don't get pulled over, but then I get pulled over for going,
five over. Crazy.
in a transition.
Oh my
In a transition
goodness. Isn't that
from
annoying?
a 45 to a 40.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Cobb was just sitting. I saw him.
Yeah.
And then he pulled out behind me with his
passed him
lights on. I'm
that
like,
too.
oh, funny thing is, before that, I drove all the way to Connecticut and back with my friend. No, Maine. All the way to Maine and back with my friend.
Yeah.
And we didn't get pulled over the entire way.
Wow. Well,
12 hours in the car, we didn't get pulled over. On my ride home, 5-minute ride home from his house to my house, I get pulled over for going 5
Yeah, I
over.
saw that story where you were traveling. You were just driving the whole time with your buddies?
Yeah.
That
we
was
went
it.
up to
You
get
just-
car parts for his
Road
Supra.
well,
road
Yeah.
trip. That was it.
Yeah. It was great.
That's
That was sick. I saw a story about it. I was like, this dude's just driving
Yeah.
out there, whatever. That was
that's
sick.
funny.
It was fun.
Yeah, it seemed fun. Yeah, I never got pulled over.
Never?
Crash. No. No. And I've been lucky because I've gone fast.
Oh, I've gone ridiculous, bro.
Yeah,
Like
I've gone
90 and a 25.
Yeah, no, there's some dumb stuff. It's alright, cops. He's a good
Like-
person.
All jokes.
No jokes.
Oh.
It's like
You
girlfriend's
didn't do
dad.
that.
If you're listening, I didn't do that.
All jokes. We're
Right.
just
His
kidding.
Completely
girlfriend's dad?
platonic.
Your girlfriend's dad, you didn't do anything, bro.
Yeah, for real.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I think that's solid.
Yeah.
Call it
Cool.
a wrap.
Hour 10. That's nice. That went by fast.
I did go by fast.
Yeah,
I had to drive home now.
Thank you for coming on.
I might go
man.
by your house. I haven't
There
seen
you
your
go.
fam in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm planning on nothing. I'm just.
And then I don't even have to pay to get food. I just go to your house and get grub.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Bro.
We have food. They might be a co-op.
Your mom always got food,
Yeah,
bro.
she-
Yeah.
My brothers are to track me right now.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll be in bed in like 3 hours.
Mm.
I
won't keep you up.
No.
Beautiful. Well, this was episode 8 of the Revamp podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great week. Adios, fellas.